Hey, my name is Chanel Wilson. Let's go ahead and get into the question. So the first one, a strategy that I would use to engage students in learning. I really like getting on their level and finding what speaks to them, finding what is going to motivate them to want to work with me in therapy and to play with me. If they love puppies, we are going to play with little puppy figurine action figures. We are going to act like puppies. We're going to talk about puppies, and just finding what's going to be fun for them, I think, is such a great strategy to help them feel motivated during therapy. They benefit from me as a clinician because I bring so much positive energy and positive reinforcement into my sessions. I feel that I really have a skill of having empathy and seeing, they're having a really hard time, or they're feeling really frustrated, and knowing when to dial it back, or when this needs to be more challenging, I need to make it more difficult, and having that scaffolding in place and being very aware of that, I feel, is a really great skill that I have. I know that what they're doing is hard, and I want them to have this positive environment that is fun. That's really important to me in my therapy. The second question is how I'm going to use assessment to improve student learning, and I'm going to do that through critical thinking. So I want to walk away from a session asking myself, what is working, what isn't working, what do I need to change, what can I bring to this, and always kind of reassessing how my therapy is going. An example of this is a preschool client I had at an elementary school. She was 4 years old, and she had a severe phonological disorder, and I was kind of taking an articulation approach with her, and I was noticing that she could do sounds in isolation, she could do them in nonsense syllables, but as soon as it was a word that had meaning, it would break down. She would really struggle. She could not do it correctly. She would go back to these other habits. And so one day I was just really asking myself, why is this happening? And it allowed me to understand that she kind of had her own rules about what language was, and she needed to attribute more meaning to language. And so it led me to use more of a phonemic approach instead of a phonetic approach to help her gain contrast and meaning in what she was trying to say. It was a really awesome learning experience for me. And the last question is how I'll plan lessons to apply to diverse needs of patients. And I want to do this by using principles of learning and evidence-based practice, and being able to apply that to any toy or game or material that I'm using. And also kind of doing the opposite of that, where being able to take one toy or material and applying that to many different goals or needs. I want to use literature or materials that are going to allow me to make connections with those students that maybe are more diverse, culturally diverse, linguistically diverse. That is really important to me, and that's how I plan on planning lessons. So thank you so much for listening. We'll see ya.